Hi, everybody. I had to jump on here because I had this thought that I had to share with you. And some of you are not going to want to hear this. But if you are telling yourself you can't do something, chances are it's not that you can't, it's that you don't want to or you don't know how to yet. And that's the truth. And this isn't true just for you. It's true for everybody. It's true for me. And I've had to learn to reprogram myself to over and over and over acknowledge when I'm talking to myself this way, I can't do this. I can't seem to do this. Why can't I do this? And reframe it for myself by asking how. Now, I know I say this a lot, to ask how. And I thought today I would share a few examples of how this manifests for me, and maybe some of this will resonate for you. And so one of the first times that I recognized this was when I wanted to leave my corporate job. I wanted more time with my family. I wanted more time doing the things that I loved. I wanted to do more things that lit me up and that served people. And I said, I just can't. I can't leave my job. I can't afford to leave my job. I said a lot of I can'ts, and all the I can'ts are lies. They are stories we're telling ourselves. And when I started to ask myself, how can I leave my corporate job and do the things that I really connect with, that really fulfill me, that I really want to and desire to in my heart to do, I started to come up with solutions that I never thought I could have before. And part of that is because that is how our brains are wired. The brain is wired to look for solutions, and it is the most powerful computer that you have access to. So I'll give you a few more examples. When my late husband passed away, I was like, I can't do this. How am I ever gonna do this? I can't do this. And I remember shifting from I can't do this to how can I do this? Because the truth is, when you say I can't do this, it means it's going to be hard, it's going to be uncomfortable, and I don't want to. That's what it means. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through this. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, and I feel overwhelmed by it. And so when I ask myself the question about how could I do this, different things come up. Things like, who do I need to ask for help? How can I make this more fun? How can I inject more joy into this process in some way? I started dancing. I sold my house, even though it was a really difficult decision, and even though I thought there could be a lot of loss connected to that in the moment, it came with hope because I also attached all the things that were going to make that decision easier. So that's the other question. How do I make this easier? Things like I would be closer to family, things like I would take my dance class, things like I would be closer to my church, right? How do you make it easier? Another situation where this comes up is I seemed to be getting off my pacing in my running. For those that you know, I was actually struggling to even train for a marathon, which was on my bucket list, and I wanted to do it very much so. And then I caught myself in the I can't loop of I can't seem to get out for my runs. I can't seem to break through my plateau of like 3 or 4 miles. How am I ever gonna run 26 miles, right? And once I started to ask, okay, I'm doing it again. How can I get this marathon done? That's when I sought out a coach. That's when I got the Runner app so that I can stay on a training plan. That's when I made a plan for what times I was going to do the runs. Yes, I still fall off my schedule. Yes, I still have times where it's really hard. It's really hard to get on that run, and I choose to focus on my progress. The runs that I did get on, the times that I went when I didn't feel like it, the times that I finished when I thought I could never finish, right? So that's one. The other thing is I felt like my pacing was off, even though I was completing my runs. The Runner app, which controls your pacing so that you can stay on track, kept telling me I had to run a different pace than I was at. And I knew I could run that pace because I had in the past. So there's the belief is also has to be there. How can I believe this? Either you look to other people or you look at your past, times that you've been strong, times that you've managed to do more difficult things, or the thing that you're trying to do again. And so I looked for evidence, there's a belief, but then I am feeling stuck. So instead of I can't seem to do this, it's questioning, how can I do this? And I do things like, okay, maybe if I change my music, maybe if I get on a treadmill instead of trying to pace myself on the sidewalk, maybe if do I need someone to pace me? In that sense, it was the treadmill that paced me, right? Do I need to take a break? Do I need to have longer periods of rest? Do I need to work on my nutrition? And the thing is, most of us think that we can't do something because we haven't tried everything. Even when you feel like you've tried everything, what else? What else can you try? The belief has to be there. When you lose the belief and you say, I can't, and you say, I've tried everything, that's when you lose. That's when you've given up on your dream, given up on that goal, given up on trying, right? That's when you become the victim, and you are not the victim. You are empowered. You can do anything that you want to if you truly want to. And this goes, for anyone. If you look at the most inspiring people that are struggling with disability, that are struggling with like horrendous living conditions, that are coming from poverty, all these situations, the ones that are most inspiring is that despite those circumstances, they manage to make something beautiful out of their life, either turning their pain to purpose or pursuing a dream despite what made their disability or their situation made it seem impossible. And they found a new and different and unique way to do the thing that they wanted to do, circumstance that they were in, because they asked how. And they tried more than once, more than twice, more than 100 times, because they had that unique purpose and commitment to what they truly believed in. And so maybe you're just not that committed. Maybe it isn't aligned with your purpose. Maybe you need a brighter North Star. My point is, it's not just you. You are not stuck in this situation, and you can get help. You can learn something new. You can try something different. You can ask yourself more empowering questions. I hope that served you today. See you guys next time.